I'm Jim Mahoney, Vice President for Development. Welcome, Adrian College students, faculty, staff, trustees, and friends of the Adrian community. We are excited to have you back on campus to hear these amazing stories shared by our students, faculty, staff, and coaches. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 2026 State of the College. Innovation is our favorite word at Adrian College, featuring our 17th president, Dr. Jeffrey R. Docking. President Docking.
Thank you, Jim, and thank all of you for being here today. It really is gratifying to know that you took time out of your busy lives to spend a few minutes with us today, and softball team back here and science faculty over there. I think the world of all of you guys, and so thank you. So let me begin just with a few guest introductions. My wife of 39 years, almost 40, Beth Docking, First Lady of the college. We have some members of the Board of Trustees here. I always get nervous doing this, so I'm going to leave somebody out. But let's hold our applause. But I would ask that you stand until I'm done, and then we give them a round of applause. So our unbelievably outstanding chairman, Pat Farber, Trustee Rick Gurgen, Trustee Londa Pickles. If there's any other trustees here, don't raise your hand, and don't blame me. They weren't on my script. Thank you very much. And I do have to introduce the senior team because so many of these folks are behind the scenes helping make the college run. And I'm going to go through these very quickly. Again, you can hold your applause, but senior staff, because some of these folks may not know you, stay standing, face the audience, and then we'll give you applause at the end. So Vice President of Academic Affairs, Andrea Milner. Vice President for Enrollment, Frank Rebar. Vice President for Development, Jim Mahoney. Vice President for Business Affairs and CFO, Phil Mishka. Assistant Vice President of Human Resources, Christina Wright. Dean of Student Life, Tom Doney. Athletic Director, Craig Rainey. Where's Craig? I heard he's, oh, there he is in the back, okay. Alumni Director, Jennifer Carlson. Dean of Graduate Studies, Tony Commodores. Dean of Retention and Enrollment Services, Jake Docking. Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Nathan Gordon. Assistant Vice President for Enrollment, Lori Kazaru. Chief of Staff and Assistant Secretary to the Board of Trustees, Andrea Saylor. And I just want all of you to know that Adrian College would not be on the roll that we're on today if not for all these people. So let's give them a big round of applause. So it really has been an exciting year, amazing in so many ways, which I know you'll hear about, but it really began with the ribbon cutting for the Sweeby Dome. And I learned a couple days ago from a student that this is being called all kinds of different things by the students. In addition to dome, it's called the bubble, the marshmallow, the balloon, the blob, the droplet, the air ball, a UFO, and my very favorite, the pimple. So you can call it whatever you want. These softball players and lacrosse players and football players, they're loving this, especially given the weather that we've had over the last several months. So it started with that, but it brings us to today where we continue to exceed our enrollment goals, our revenue goals, in an unbelievably challenging environment for small private liberal arts colleges across the country. The Midwest population is shrinking. It's well known that competition is intensifying. All kinds of colleges, big ones, are letting students in all over the place. But while schools are closing, we are exceeding our revenue goals, and we're not contracting. We are expanding with new majors, new minors, new facilities, one I just talked about, new teams, and many things on the horizon that you'll hear are really, really exciting. But we try to do all of this within a culture built on a relentless pursuit of excellence. Excellence matters here a lot. We never get away from it. We wake up every day wanting to get better, and we are never satisfied. And we also try to do it within a culture that freely admits and expresses our love for our country, which we think is a great country to live in, an embracing of Western Judeo-Christian values, which we also think defines us, and maybe very relevant to what you're going to hear later today, an expression of gratitude for all that we have and all that we cherish, that we put out there every single day of how fortunate we are. And then finally, the thing that I think I'm most proud of today is that once again the college has been designated by U.S. News as the most, not one of the most innovative higher education institution in the Midwest, which to me means that we're working on shaping our future rather than being defined by the negative things that I just mentioned to you. We not only define our future, I think nationally, and we do have quite a national reputation now, we're really defining the future for a lot of other institutions that are following the lead. So instead of me going through all of the great things that have happened here, let's get to the splashy, and I committed to using the word splashy in my introduction video that I think summarizes very clearly what's been happening over the last year. So, Josiah, let's roll that tape. Thank you.
You came here on a gut instinct. Maybe a coach made you feel at home. Maybe the campus felt just right, or it was the small class sizes, the professors, whatever it was, that leap of faith paid off for us. Before we knew it, this place that once felt intimidating and unfamiliar became home. The faculty and staff turned into family, the friends we made turned into forever people, and when I think about everything that we've gone through together, I realize that we didn't just wish for this graduation. We worked really hard for it. And along the way, we learned lessons that reached far beyond the classroom. That's always been the mission of Adrian College. And I can still hear President Docking reminding us that we are inspiring the leaders of tomorrow. Or, you know, something that he says like that. But honestly, he's right. Because that's exactly what this place has done for us. Adrian has taught us how to lead, how to care, and how to keep showing up even when it wasn't easy. We learned how to navigate life a little more independently, not always relying on our parents, figuring out how to build real relationships with our professors, and actually asking for help when we needed it. And don't get me wrong, we did not master any of that the first try. We failed a lot. But each time, we got back up. Adrian created a space where it was safe to fail for us. A place where we could mess up, learn from it, and grow without facing the full weight of the consequences. Just yet. This campus didn't just prepare us academically, it prepared us for life. We're all about to take different paths as we walk out of this chapel tonight, and that is incredibly exciting, even if it's a little bit scary. But the good news about this is that we are leaving here with unshakable Bulldog spirit, the kind that helps us push through anything life throws our way. So go out there, maybe not tomorrow, but take the weekend to recover. Starting Monday, start carving out your path. Because the longer you wait to begin, the harder it will become to start it all. And remember, Bulldogs, there's a whole pool of opportunities waiting for you. Our faculty and staff, they won't just vanish after tonight. They're still here, ready with wisdom, connections, and unwavering support. Lean on your fellow graduates, stay connected, and continue lifting one another up. Only the beginning of incredible things that life has in store for you. So go out there, be bold, and be great. Congratulations.
All right, let's give that video a round of applause. I always love that video. Oh, brings a smile to my face. Well, on January 2nd, just a few months ago, at 9:30 p.m., I was sitting in the comfortable lazy boy chair in my family room when Sports Information Director Mike Prang texted me and said, "Don't forget, Alex Weaver is going to throw for the Cornhole National Championship in 5 minutes on ESPN." It's like, whoa, okay, I would have forgotten, which is not good. But what I watched, and I hope you got to see it too, was unbelievable. I had no idea that Cornhole could put me on the edge of my chair. This kid had ice in his veins and was so cool under pressure, it was stunning. Well, when he got back to campus, we had a little mini celebration for him in the Ritchie Dining Hall, and I found out that as cool under pressure as he is and as humble and nice as this young man is, he's a credit to our student body. Well, we wanted him to be here, but he's in Wisconsin right now. Why? Cornhole tournament, obviously. But the guy, but you're going to meet him on video here in a minute, but the guy that taught him how to be a national champ is another fantastic guy, his coach, Max Bennick. So Max, why don't you take it from here?
Hello, everybody. My name is Max, and I coach the Cornhole team here at Adrian College. This fall is going to be the 5th season for Cornhole, which makes this next part hard to believe, but it'll also be my 5th season coaching the program as well. Before I introduce Alex, I want to share one moment with all of you from the first year I started coaching back in 2022. We just returned from the national championship down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Being the inaugural season, our team was full of seniors, many of whom knew that there was their only shot at winning a national championship. To sum the trip up briefly, we made the live ESPN broadcast, but ultimately fell short in the semifinals. What happened next is when I knew there was something truly special about this program. We just completed the 13-hour drive, returning late on New Year's Day. I walked into the Blue Gym the next morning on January 2nd. Every single player was throwing bags. Not the kind of bags you see in the backyard, no. This was 27 feet apart, practicing cut shots, roll bags, pushes, airmails, and much more. This had been our last event of the year. Most of these kids were going to graduate. There really wasn't much left to play for, yet here they were. This notion about constant improvement has carried over each and every year, and that has been our main ingredient to our success. It's not flashy. No, we don't have any magic bean bags. But I can personally guarantee that we spend more time practicing than any other cornhole program in the country. At the national championships this year, I said one thing to our team before we head in. Every single one of you has what it takes to win, but the truth is, only one of you can, so go be that one. Well, that one turned out to be the person I have the pleasure to introduce you all today, Alex Weaver.
Hi, my name is Alex Weaver. I'm sorry I can't be in attendance today. I am competing at ACL Open number 9 in Wisconsin this weekend. At the beginning of this season, I was battling with some shoulder problems that I was pretty upset about because I thought it was going to stop me from playing the rest of the season. But luckily, we have an athletic trainer for our team. We joke about the fact that I'm the first cornhole player to go visit her. When the day finally came, we start very early, which some people don't know. We get there at about 7 a.m. to start at 8 a.m. We have to play rounders leading into the single elimination bracket to give us our seed for the rest of the tournament. I was able to go 3-1, which put me in a pretty good position going into the bracket. And then I went undefeated up until the semifinal match, which is what my first game on ESPN was. Playing in the semifinals was very nerve-wracking. It was kind of a relief to be there, but at the same time, it was still a very nervous time leading up to that game. You get to that championship match and you just do the best you can. I had a huge support system there. My whole team was in the crowd. I could definitely hear them the whole time, especially Max. My family was there. My mom, my stepdad, my grandpa, and my uncle all came to watch. Having everyone in attendance was super helpful. Hearing everyone cheer for me definitely got me through all the nervous points of the game. After I won, a lot of people kind of questioned why I didn't react too much. I was excited. Of course, I was excited. I was one of the happiest moments of my life. I was just so relieved to have gotten past that point that I wasn't exactly sure how to react. At the end of the day, I'm super grateful to have the support from the school, from my team, from my coach, from my family. Everybody on our team works equally as hard. Everyone on our team deserves it just as much as anybody else. It's a singles tournament, so unfortunately only one person can win at a time, but I'm hoping that next year maybe I can do it again, or maybe another Adrian College player can do it, and that would be super awesome.
Thank you, Max, and congratulations again, Alex. As part of our next series of projects in the College of the Future initiative, and in response to student feedback, we will be raising support to fund a unique style of housing on campus that will be a welcome addition to our living learning community. Here to share more about this new and modern style of housing is Thomas Doney, the college's Dean of Students. Thomas.
Thank you, Jim. My name is Thomas Doney, and I'm happy to spend a few moments discussing some really exciting news about our new housing you'll see soon at Adrian College. Before I do, let me say that we know housing is a critical part of the student experience at Adrian College. It's where students build community, develop independence, and create many of the memories that define their college experience. We hear your feedback. Keep making improvements to housing, and we take that feedback very seriously. And it continues to shape our decision-making as we look ahead. In recent years, we have upgraded restrooms in several dorms, made cosmetic upgrades to common areas, bought and built apartment buildings, and purchased several houses. This summer, we'll spend over $2 million to make additional improvements that we believe students will love, improvements too extensive to mention here. But one thing I do want you to know more about is new housing that will pop up soon. I want to talk to you about cargo containers. And no, I'm not talking about cargo haul, although these may pop up right across the street. I'm talking to you about shipping containers you see stacked on ships and docks, traveling across bodies of waters, bringing us goods. Most people would look at these steel containers and see their usage as one-dimensional. Not Adrian College and not our new partners at 3 Squared. We see those steel containers as an answer to our newest innovative housing option for students, one that reflects both creativity and forward thinking. They're also eco-friendly because we will reuse perfectly good containers instead of throwing them in landfills. As you will see in a minute, the possibility for these units are endless. They can be stacked, expanded, and designed for one or multiple students. We will equip them with a bedroom, kitchen, washer and dryer, as well as heat and air conditioning. These units are not just unique, they represent a new level of modern, flexible housing for our campus. The good news is we hope to have these units available in the not-so-distant future, as we have already secured the first $1.1 million in funding from our generous donors to kick the project off and get our first few units on campus. I would now like to introduce Jill Ramirez from 3 Squared, who will talk to you about this innovative housing option and how her company can transform an empty shipping container into one of the premier housing options on campus.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jill Ramirez. I'm the Director of Projects at 3 Squared. We're a women-owned and Detroit-based architecture firm, and we focus on solving one thing: how to build better housing. We're so excited about our partnership with Adrian College and the future of student housing. I'm also very proud to feature 4 team members from 3 Squared that are Adrian College alum. This includes Claire Olilla, Emily Germain, Carly Accord, and Nora Richard, who's here with me today. These 4 women have played pivotal roles in our growth as a company. Nora is currently leading our social media and just launched our entirely new website. We're so grateful to embrace the innovations that these women have contributed to our team, no doubt founded on the principles and strong educational foundation during their time at Adrian, directly aligned with the theme of today's event. So the national housing crisis is tied directly to how we build at 3 Squared. Material costs remain volatile, project timelines are unpredictable, and traditional construction methods have been slow to evolve. So after seeing your beautiful campus, we felt we could be a great partner here because we really emphasize the way that we build and the college's need for more beautiful and innovative housing. Traditional construction remains the industry standard, and it works, but it's slow, it's labor heavy, and the quality is a bit lower because of the 2x-wood members that are available on today's market. However, we've established evidence-based design and construction typologies that offer a welcomed alternate and a more quality housing practice to what was previously not working. So while we're known for our container construction, we're not limited to it. We're excited that we're actively expanding into alternative methods of construction that align with our goals of precision, prefabricated building elements, and sustainability. The key to choosing the right system is the right outcome, focusing on cost, speed, and performance of your building. So fun fact that we like to advertise is that about 300 to 800,000 containers fit for building use are just sitting at a container port or yard every year. And so it's a building element that can be reused after it's retired from circulation. One of the biggest ecological advantages of using containers is the reusability of it. We're able to take an existing structural system that's already in integrity, give it a second life, and reduce material waste, which limits the demand for raw new materials. The economy of scale comes from repeatability of containers. So once a system is standardized, you can repeat it very efficiently. That reduces the construction timeline and the overall cost across multiple units. Containers were patented back in the 1950s, and for the most part, they haven't changed much because it's a ubiquitous object that was such a great tool for global transport. So roadway widths, truck bed lengths, and width and bridge heights are all defined to allow for the passage of shipping containers. These elements are already engineered for strength, stacking, and durability, so we adapt that logic directly into our buildings. Time efficiency is also one of the huge benefits of container-based construction. Off-site construction allows us to work on multiple aspects of a project to move forward before the material even reaches a job site, so that helps compress your overall construction schedule. Containers are also great insulators. They're wind and water-tight elements, so they insulate for a comfortable interior environment. Sound moves like water, so any openings in your container is an available source for that sound to move through. So as long as you properly detail and insulate your container, you'll get really great sound standards that meet, if not exceed, residential performance for acoustics. We consider performance over time for our buildings, along with the materials that we use to promote the sustainability. Container systems allow for tighter envelopes, better insulation, and lower energy use. So like our partnership with Adrian College, we're so proud to be included in our CAS community development in Detroit, where we featured a 320 square foot container. It's part of 26 uniquely developed tiny homes across this community that offers an affordable housing option to promote housing insecurity. So we have some images that show the sequence of construction and how quickly a major building element can come together to formulate a final building. Speed in the structural phase really creates momentum for the rest of the project to keep flowing. And this continued process highlights how a small building footprint can have a big impact by delivering a complete high-quality home. It also reflects the value of combining our prefabricated values with on-site finishing. 3 Squared was also honored to partake in the Fort Wayne Innovative Housing Showcase, and we loved having Adrian College alum and the administration on site to see the homes firsthand. We're also able to show the administration the Cochran home. So Brett Crandall is the director of design for 3 Squared. This is his personal residence, and it actually won the AIA Michigan and Detroit House of the Year Award in 2025. So I feel like I need a drum roll right now because I'm so excited and thrilled that I'm able to present this project to you guys today. We're currently in the final planning stages and designing the Adrian College Student Housing Project. We've made significant progress in turning the innovative design into a reality, and here are a few really exciting photos that we're so proud to show. This shows the initial designs and the location where the future cargo container homes will be located on the Adrian College campus. We look forward to continuing our relationship with Adrian College and adding beauty and functionality to new housing on campus. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jill and Thomas. Who would have thought containers, I mean, those big boats could turn into what you just saw on on the slides. It's just unbelievable and ecologically friendly too. So hopefully you students are excited about it. And we'll try to make a bunch of singles. We know you guys like singles. These will be single containers, not into double containers. So one of my favorite events of the year is Lessons and Carols in the Herrick Chapel at Christmas time. And after this year's musical performance, I met 2 wonderful parents from DeWitt, Steve and Michelle Utrup. And after a few minutes, they introduced me to their daughter, Lily, who was singing and sort of ambled over, and we had a chance to talk. And after a brief minute, I realized, oh, this is like what it's all about with a liberal arts education. This woman was an excellent student in the classroom. She's a great softball player, and she is terrific behind the microphone. She has a singing voice that's beautiful. Well, a few days after this encounter at the Herrick Chapel, I bumped into Kristen Boggs-Clark, and I mentioned to her, I met Lily Utrup a couple of days ago. And her eyes lit up, and she said, she's the next one. And I knew what she meant. We always seem to have 1 or 2 just amazing singers on campus. And when a couple cycle out from graduation, we bring in another one. So I went to the cabinet, the senior cabinet at the college, and I said, we have to get this woman to sing at the State of the College address. So I introduce to you Lily Utrup.
Thank you, President Docking. I'd like to begin by saying how honored I am to be given the opportunity to speak and perform for you all today. My name is Lily Utrup, and I'm from DeWitt, Michigan, about 10 minutes from Michigan State, so go green. And I'm a freshman here at Adrian College. I'm a double major in business administration and vocal performance, and I'm also a pitcher on our NCAA softball team. Shout out for my team being here today. For as long as I can remember, sports, specifically softball, have been an important part of my life. As I've gotten older, I have also fallen in love with music and singing. I was fortunate to sing in my high school's honors choir for 3 years, and I'm very proud of what we were able to accomplish. I have given a lot of my time and myself to these things over the years, and when deciding where I was going to go to college, I assumed that I'd be forced to give up one or the other. Fortunately, Adrian College is giving me the opportunity to pursue both, and for that I'm forever grateful. With that being said, I figured it would not be acceptable to bring a bucket of softballs and pitch to you all today, so I will be performing O Mio Babino Caro, accompanied by Professor Philip Clark. In this aria, a young woman pleads with her father to let her marry the man she loves. In true dramatic Italian style, she threatens to throw herself into the river if he says no. So, without further ado.
Wow, thank you, Lily and Professor Clark. Did you know that over 20,000 Major League Baseball players have appeared in a baseball game since the 1800s? NCAA Division III players have represented a small fraction of that number with around 200 players. Adrian College has had 2 alumni make their Major League Baseball appearance and 17 total alumni who have played professional baseball. A huge credit goes to Coach Craig Rainey for coaching and mentoring these young men during their time at the college. And additionally, as you saw in the video, Coach Rainey has won over 850 games as the Bulldog skipper. One of the most recent Bulldogs to make his professional debut is Dugan Darnell, class of 2019. A self-described late bloomer, Dugan made his MLB debut on August 1st, 2025 for the Colorado Rockies and earned the win as a rookie reliever, a rare milestone. Claimed by his hometown Detroit Tigers this past offseason, Dugan is currently rehabbing from surgery. He couldn't be with us in person today, but did send us this video. Josiah, let's roll the video.
Hey guys, it's Dugan Darnell. Graduated from Adrian College in 2019. Currently a relief pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. I just wanted to take a couple minutes and express my gratitude for being featured in this year's State of the College and tell a little bit about my story. So all of college I played third base. Right before my senior year I had a conversation with Craig Rainey about possibly doing both, pitching and fielding, and I'm glad I listened to him. So I went from there. I previously signed for that business job in Chicago. I was going to be a recruitment consultant for financial advisors. And I had a couple months before I was supposed to leave, so I went and played collegiate summer ball after I graduated. Developed a little bit more, but had no offers to play indie or pro ball, so shipped out to Chicago, started my job. 3 days into that job, I got a call from the Gary Railcats in the American Association. I quit the job on the spot, went out, took a train, met the team in Gary, Indiana, and then drove 10 hours to Iowa, where I had my first professional outing. So from there, I spent about a month with them, and then got sent over to the USPBL in Michigan at Jimmy John's Field. And that was a great place to develop further with mechanics, pitch shapes, consistency. After that 2019 season, I started investing in training at 2SP, where I further developed. A full season in 2020 at the USPBL. And then 2021, I signed a minor league deal with the Colorado Rockies. And that was a great setup, a lot of great people. Forever thankful for that opportunity. 2021, I was reliever of the year for the Colorado Rockies organization. 2022, I spent in AA. 2023, I spent half in AA, half in AAA. 2024, all AAA. 2025, it's kind of like the make or break, now or never moment. I led the bullpen for 4 straight months, and then on August 1st, 2025, I made my debut in Major League Baseball. A day that I worked many, many years for, and my family and I had prayed for a long time. And it was a dream come true to be out there. So still working, still looking for ways to get better and get healthy and get back on the field and pitch for our hometown Detroit Tigers. Go Bulldogs.
Making his major league debut is Dugan Darnell. He's 28. He went to Adrian College D3 school in Michigan. Good baseball program there, great hockey program. And this kid went through independent ball, having a terrific year in AAA with the Rockies.
Well, how cool is that, right? From Nicolay Field to Major League Baseball. I mean, come on, this is crazy. So we hope that would get you all pumped up for a little commercial break here, because on July 24th, 2026, there will be Adrian College Night at Comerica Park, and tickets are going fast. And you all need to go. You need to buy several tickets. So go to Adrian College Night, July 24th. And Jennifer, I did it. I got that commercial in that you wanted me to. So thank you for all of that. It's really, really exciting that we got another guy in Major League Baseball. Now, another true star on this campus is Professor Nathan Getting. He, in my opinion, represents the best in higher education. Why? Because he believes in free speech, civil discourse, freedom of expression, intellectual diversity, and the right of every person on this campus, conservative or liberal, to be heard. And he doesn't just talk a good game. He devotes many hours every week to organizing the best debates that I've ever heard on a college campus. Awesome speakers every month in Night Auditorium. But not only that, he is able to create a culture in this room where people feel free to give their opinions, and the rooms are usually full. I mean, it's amazing how many folks love to hear these debates. They can give their opinions free of cancel culture, shout downs, polarizing anger, and all the yelling we hear on TV back and forth. This guy gets the credit. He doesn't tolerate any of that. and he runs towards the fire by bringing in some of the most intellectual debaters around and allows them to exchange ideas free of the vitriol and arrogance we see in so many places. So I could go on and on about the respect that I have for this man, but let him tell you a little bit about his story and follow with a wonderful student who has played a central role in hosting these exchanges. Professor Getting.
Thank you, President Docking. Adrian College is committed to fostering freedom of expression and intellectual diversity on campus. In 2022, during a time when shout-downs and social media cancel campaigns made colleges and universities too skittish to host debates on important social and political issues, the leadership at Adrian College chose to move in the opposite direction. The college's George W. Romney Institute for Law and Public Policy has brought leading authors, academics, and advocates from around the nation to campus to publicly discuss their different points of view on many of the nation's most contentious and polarizing topics. Our goal has been to teach students the importance of civil discourse by showing them examples of how serious thinkers can express their disagreements thoughtfully, respectfully, and with a mind open to learning from political opponents. To accomplish that, it was important for the Institute to select topics about which friendly debate might seem difficult. So we ran toward, not away from those topics: abortion, defunding the police, the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot, Israel's war against Hamas. These were just some of the issues that have been publicly debated at Adrian College. Entering our fourth year, I'm proud to say that no matter how polarizing the topic, our debates have been models of collegiality and mutual respect. The response from Adrian College students has been especially positive. They don't just attend, they often ask challenging questions of our speakers. Once Night Auditorium was so packed that there was a crowd standing outside in the hallway and President Docking had to take a seat on the floor. I'm proud to say that without exception, Adrian College students have conducted themselves with politeness, curiosity, and decorum. Our debate series shows that students crave engagement with these issues, which is one reason why the Romney Institute recently began granting internships to outstanding students who wish to join me in organizing and hosting these debates. Hadrian Elliott is one of those students. She's going to tell you a little bit about her experience. Hadrian.
Hello, I'm Hadrian Elliott, a junior from Saipan, a part of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. I am a criminal justice major and a member of the women's tennis team. During my Romney Institute internship, I learned how to host debates on socially and politically relevant topics. I discovered that debating controversial topics can encourage honesty, which in turn encourages participants to move past the surface of their understanding so that they reveal their deeper, more essential values. This honesty increased mutual respect among the debaters. Even while disagreeing, both sides felt heard and understood. This was essentially true during the debate titled, "Is Donald Trump governing like a constitutional president or a political strongman?" and the discussion that followed. Professor Getting required me to research and write a detailed memo recommending next year's debate topics. I learned from this experience that intellectual diversity and tolerance of opposing views are important because they help us broaden and deepen our understanding of the topics under consideration. Nobody is capable of knowing everything. Listening to the other side's views allows us to see arguments we may not have considered. Thank you.
Thank you, Hadrian, and Dr. Getting. Really appreciate all that you do for our campus community. Okay, and we want to thank all of our speakers this afternoon, but we are at the point in our program where we'll introduce and announce the top ideas and the winner of the annual Creativity Award. This annual competition on campus is for the most creative ideas submitted by students, faculty, and staff that can enhance our campus community and make this a better place. Every finalist receives a $50 gift card, and the winner receives $1,000 cold hard cash. the college sets aside up to $10,000 annually to fund the winning project. Now, joining me on stage again this year is Professor Travis Erksleben, the director of the Adrian College Institute for Innovation and Creativity. Travis.
Thank you, Dr. Docking. Each year, the Creativity Award competition brings forward some of the most imaginative and forward-thinking ideas from across our campus community. This year was no exception. I would like to thank the Creativity Award Committee for their thoughtful consideration. Dr. Kristen Boggs-Clark, Dr. Oded Garari, Dr. Tina Claiborne, Dr. Kyle Griffith, Cindy Bobian, and Melissa Freshcorn. President Docking and Vice President and Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Andrea Milner, also serve on the committee as ex officio members. Would the finalists please rise, face the audience, and remain standing as we announce your ideas and this year's winners. First, we have Director of Financial Strategy and Receivables Management, Ryan Robinson, for the idea, the Adrian College Spirit Wall. Ryan's idea, the Adrian College Spirit Wall, would transform the east exterior of Dawson Auditorium into a vibrant mural celebrating the college's academic excellence and athletic pride.
Freshman, teacher education major Kaylee Rodriguez, Adrian College-themed squirrel houses. Campus-themed squirrel houses would add a playful, welcoming touch to Adrian College while also supporting local wildlife. By modeling the houses after real campus buildings, the idea feels distinctly Adrian and gives students and visitors something unique to notice and photograph and talk about.
Freshman geology and petroleum engineering major Silas Bauke. Pool tables and ping pong tables. Silas's idea was to bring pool and ping pong tables to the campus. These additions would give Adrian College students a fun, relaxed way to unwind and connect outside of their academics. These activities are easy to learn, inclusive, and encourage social interaction, helping students to meet new people and strengthen existing friendships.
Vice President and Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Andrea Milner. Sermon in Silence, descriptive plaques under each stained glass window in Herrick Chapel. Creating descriptive plaques for each stained glass window in Herrick Chapel to give visitors and worshipers context for the biblical stories, saints, symbolic imagery, and Adrian College history under each window and that each window depicts.
Assistant Professor of Business, Jenna Cleary. Colorful ribbon flags for the college's entrance on 223. Displaying colorful ribbon flags at the college entrance would be a meaningful and wonderful way to celebrate Adrian College's core values and ribbons of excellence. Positioned along Highway 223, the flags would enhance campus aesthetics, create a memorable impression for visitors, and symbolize growth, progress, and the pursuit of excellence. And now it is my esteemed honor to announce the winner of the 2026 Creativity Award. This year's winner is Kaylee Rodriguez for the Adrian College-themed squirrel houses. Now, unfortunately, Kaylee is unable to join us because, like so many, she is away. She is at the DTU College Classic National Competition with the Adrian College dance team in Orlando, Florida. We certainly wish them luck, but here to accept the award for her is freshman mechanical engineering and physics major and Kaylee's best friend, Logan Bender. Logan, please come up to the stage and accept Kaylee's award.
Congratulations. Squirrel houses, right? I mean, who would have thought? I mean, are these the coolest thing ever? I mean, it's going to be awesome. Finally, our final story. One of my favorite books in the world is Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. And in it, He argues that human beings have this incredible capacity to take in tremendous amounts of information quickly about people that they meet in a very, very short period of time. He calls it thin slicing. And when we make these observations about people that we just met, they're almost always correct. Human beings almost always get it right from the start. Well, I had one of these powerful first impression moments the first time I met our final presenter, Adrian Ouedraogo from Burkina Faso, West Africa. I met her, and I think Beth would agree with me on this, and we said to ourselves, this person is special. This person is real. She has amazing qualities that I wish I had, and she's good for our campus community. And since that first meeting, she has never let me down. Over and over again, I learned that Blink was right. She is a special person, an incredible member of our community. And so I encourage you to sit back for a few minutes and hear her reflections about Adrian College, the people that she has met, what her 4 years here have meant to her, and the obstacles that she has overcome to reach her life goal, to study in America.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian. I'm from Burkina Faso, a French-speaking country in West Africa. I'm a senior majoring in computer science with a minor in mathematics at Adrian College. I grew up in a big family, but simple means, but strong values. Respect, hard work, faith, gratitude, and helping others. When I was 5 years old, I told my mom, one day I will go to the United States, because I was amazed by Americans speaking their English, their accent. And French for me was so boring as a language. She smiled and said in French, "Cela va être très dur." In English, that will be very difficult. And she was right. It was difficult. But in my little mind, everything was possible, and sky was the limit. In 2019, I graduated from high school and was selected to represent my country in a leadership program sponsored by the U.S. Department of State, gathering young leaders from Africa. That experience changed my life. During my stay in the U.S., I met people in Alabama who became family to me. They helped me apply to colleges. Thanks to them, I applied to more than 40 schools. Only one gave me the opportunity with a strong scholarship, Adrian College. Adrian College offered me a significant scholarship, and thanks to President Docking, who spoke to the Dudas family, Mr. Dave and Mrs. Susan Dudas, they generously supported me through a wonderful scholarship. Because of them and other donors, I have been able to study here on a full scholarship for 4 years. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. So I want to say thank you to President Docking, and a very special thank you to the Dudas family for their support. I know they will be watching this video. So, dear Dudas family, please receive my profound gratitude, respect, and appreciation. I hope that one day I will have the opportunity to meet you and express my heartfelt gratitude in person. Because of that opportunity, I arrived at Adrian College on August 12, 2022, one day after my birthday. I still remember that day. It was my first time at Adrian College. The first time seeing Mrs. Andrea, whom I lovingly called my Tata Andrea or my American mom. She was smiling and I was not. For a girl who usually loves to smile, that day I was scary about the future. I was 21 years old, starting again as a freshman after completing 3 years of undergrad studies in math and physics back home. I felt like I was behind my classmates. I was worried about my English, my third language, thousands of miles away from my family. By the way, it has now been 4 years since I last saw my parents and my family. At that moment, 4 years felt like 400 years. And honestly, the beginning was not easy. The language barrier was hard. The Michigan winter was very shocking for someone coming from a hot country. Sometimes I cried in the bathrooms. Sometimes I had to read a page many times just to understand a few sentences. But in those moments, I remember my father telling me, "You are strong. Stay focused on your goal." And my mother saying, "Nothing is eternal. It will pass. You are not alone." And she was right. I was never alone. God showed up in my life through people here, through my professors, the Adrian College staff, and my Adrian Catholic Church family. Because of this community, I grew. Thanks to the computer science department, especially Dr. Al-Ginahi, one of my mentors, I felt motivated and believed that I could do it. He taught me to embrace challenges. He even traveled from Canada to US during the summer every 2 weeks just to help me with my research. And I will never forget that. I completed 2 summer research projects with him and presented at the Ribbon of Excellence. My first research project was about factors affecting women's participation and success in STEM. My second research project was accepted at an international artificial intelligence conference in Istanbul, Turkey, and will be published. It will be my first published paper as an undergrad student, something that I'm very proud of because it was definitely not a piece of cake. From this project, I gained confidence. Honestly, I was sometimes surprised by the faith Dr. Al-Ginahi had in me. When I was complaining about something difficult, he would say, "You can do it." And in my mind, I was thinking, is this guy serious? I will make a mess. I don't even trust myself on this. But he believed in me. My journey here was not only about studying, even if some people thought I was always studying. My experience at Adrian College was also about relationships, friendships, community, trips, and celebrations. During my freshman year, we went to Cedar Point. It was my first time on a roller coaster. It was amazing, but honestly, I also thought it might be the first and the last time in my life. Thanks to my mentor, Carl Epps, I had the opportunity to visit Arizona and see places like the Grand Canyon and Sedona. I also went on a spring break trip to Myrtle Beach with the faith-based student organization. It was my first time seeing the ocean in person. I have worked with many departments on campus: admission, conferences, housing, and computer science. And those people showed me love, kindness, and compassion. They taught me patiently, knowing that English is not my first language. I want to say a special thank you to Mrs. Kimodo and Ashley Griffith from conferences. I spent Thanksgiving and Christmas always surrounded by love. I received cards, gifts, and messages from people who supported me. Even on my birthdays, I was never alone. The stamp, the sailor, the Hisang, the Francis, Grandma Kay, and my church community. These amazing people surrounded me during the important moment of my life. I have joined the choir at the Holy Family Parish. Honestly, I don't have the best voice, but I just follow people. That choir community has been a blessing for me. I experienced many things, like visiting the Toledo Zoo, going to a lake house, fishing for the first time, and I even caught my first fish. I even went into the middle of the lake without knowing how to swim. If my mom hears this story, I think I will hear from her. I have made new friends whom I love and appreciate. Blessing, Armel, Themba, and Josh, with whom I have spent 4 years learning and overcoming challenges. I also want to mention a special person I lost during my time at Adrian College, Mr. Kane Staples. I was the apple of his eyes. He loved me like a granddaughter. I had the opportunity to celebrate my 22nd birthday with him. He believed in me and always told me, Ariane, you will be a great lady and you will be successful. I told him I want him to be with me at my graduation. I prayed that he would be here to see me walk across the stage. Unfortunately, life did not go the way I planned. He passed away in June 2024. It was a difficult moment for me and for Mrs. Staple. But instead of only being sad, we choose to be grateful. I'm not sad because he left. I'm grateful because I had the opportunity to know him and to be loved by him. Today, Mrs. Staple and I choose to continue smiling and sharing kindness with others, just as he did. These are people I'm truly grateful to have in my life. I will be graduating on May 3rd, and you all are invited. Now I realize that Mrs. Andrea was right. In 2022, I thought 4 years was very long, but she said it would go by fast, and it did. For my next step, I plan an internship related to AI and computer science. I have also been accepted to 2 master programs in computer science at Michigan Technical University and Washington University in St. Louis, and 1 master in financial engineering at World Quant University. I'm still deciding the best path forward. In Burkina Faso, gratitude is very important. When I was a child, if we receive a gift and did not say thank you properly, my mom would take it back. So gratitude is very serious. So today I want to say thank you. Thank you to the Board of Trustees for giving students like me the opportunity to access education and succeed. Thank you to President Docking for his leadership. Thank you again to faculty, staff, plant services, Sodexo, campus safety. I cannot name every person who supported me because there are so many, but to everyone who supported me, prayed for me, and believed in me, thank you. Adrian College did not just give me a diploma. It gave me a family, confidence, and growth. Some people think small colleges are not worth it, but in places like this, we have everything we need to grow. Adrian College is my home now and forever. Adrian College is where legends are made. And I hope one day I will come back and give back to this college and community that give me everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ariane, and thank you to all of our donors who help students like Ariane and all of our students with scholarship assistance. A huge thank you to all of our participants today. Our most sincere appreciation to all of you for joining us this afternoon for the annual State of the College. Just a reminder that our annual Meet the Army Community Day is next Friday, April 17th. Thank you again. Have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend.
right.